In this tutorial, we'll cover how to create a worn, aged pottery material with cracks, chips, and dirt buildup that will give the impression of being used over time. Break down the process step by step. Open up Substance Painter and create a new project. Import the pottery model you wish to texture. Choose a PBR metal rough template, as this is the most common for materials. Under the Texture Setting tab, make sure you bake your texture maps. Create a fill layer. This layer will serve as the base for your pottery material. Go ahead and name it Base. In the Properties panel under the Base Color section, turn off all the maps except Color and Roughness. Choose a neutral earthy color like a light brown or beige. This will be a typical color of the pottery. Pottery often has a slightly rough matte surface, so set the roughness value to something around zero point 0.6 or 0.75 depending on your desired finish. This will make the material look more natural and non-reflective. Pottery often has a slightly textured surface. Duplicate the base layer and rename it. Right-click and add a black mask to the base color. Then add a fill to the black mask. Activate the height map and add a texture to the fill of the black mask. Then adjust the height properties. Change the color to a slightly darker tint. This will make the material look like it has a texture. Pottery doesn't stay pristine for long, so adding wear is crucial. Let's add cracks, chips, and dirt to make it look aged. Duplicate the base material and rename it. In the Properties panel, turn on the height texture map. This layer will be used to simulate the slight surface imperfections that pottery might have. Change the color of this layer to a darker version of the base color. Add a black mask to the new layer and add a new fill to the black mask. Search for a texture to use for this layer to add some imperfections to the clay pot. You can adjust the properties of the texture. Select the color for the new layer and turn on the height map. Adjusting the height map will allow you to add imperfections to the clay pot. To show the original base color, change the blend mode of the new layer to screen. Duplicate the base layer. Name this layer Cracks. In the Properties panel, turn on the Height Texture map. This layer will be used to simulate cracks on the clay pot. In the Base Color property, use a grunge map or a crack map to create cracks on the surface. To apply, drag your grunge or crack texture onto the Base Color slot height map and adjust the properties. Duplicate the cracks layer and rename it, and use a different height texture for the height map and change the property to add chips. Duplicate the base layer and rename it to Dirt. Add a black mask with a fill. For the new layer Black Mask Fill, use a dirt or grime texture. This texture should be darker and have a bit of a rough speckled appearance to simulate dirt and dust buildup. Adjust the dirt layer's properties. You can also change the blend mode to something like overlay. Duplicate the base layer and change the color to a lighter tint. Add a black mask and add a curve generator. Change the Use Texture for the curvature to True. Add a grunge map to the dirt layer, and then you can adjust the properties as needed. To save the material, add a new folder and name it appropriately. Move all the layers into the new folder. Right-click on the folder and choose Create Smart Material. By following these steps, you'll be able to create a realistic old pottery material in Substance Painter. Whether you're aiming for a heavily worn vase or a cracked, weathered mug, the key is to focus on the subtle imperfections and variations that make pottery feel authentic. Thanks for following along with this tutorial. If you found this helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.